talk about handles. It could be for your kitchen or your bathroom. Personally, I have a preference for longer handles versus the really short ones. Okay. Obviously, the bigger they are, the little more expensive they're going to be, but it's well worth it for the look. I like the shape of this one because it comes out at an angle, and these are rounded edges, which actually is very purposeful, because if you've ever caught yourself on the edge of a square handle, it hurts. Trust me, I know, because I have them in my own bathroom and it happens quite often. So these have a rounded edge. So you can see this is a 4-inch handle. What that means is the space from where it attaches from one end to the other. That's 4 inches on the inside. Okay, this is 5, then it goes to 6, 8. There's these where it's a handle, but it's not, your fingers can't go through. It's, you just pull it. This is kind of cool because it's like a little hook handle. Now there's stuff like this, which, I mean, whether you like it or not, I'm not a huge fan, but when it has all these little details, just keep in mind there's opportunity for just crud to get stuck in there. So unless you're very good at wiping things down regularly, I would discourage it. Here's another one. There's some details. It's not so bad. I mean, honestly, everything needs to be clean, so as long as you're well aware of that, great. This is a little cup pull, and obviously you can install it however you want. Again, there's all these little jewels that seem like it would be interesting, but again, crud gets stuck in there, so be wary. Here are the knobs. There's different kinds of knobs. Okay. Pretty jewels ones. These ones would be great for furniture, not so much in utility areas like your kitchen and bath. Same thing with these, great for furniture because it doesn't get handled as often. These are more generic because everybody uses something. So this has a slightly different pattern, but you know what I'm talking about. You've probably seen them everywhere. These are curved. It has a little bit of a detail, which is kind of cool. I like that. Also, we're here in a showroom, so these are great examples of how you don't have to use the same exact size throughout the entire kitchen. In fact, it's better if you don't. So you see how the ones up here look like they might be 5 or 6 inches, and it's based off of not this overall length, okay? It is where you install it. This part is probably 5 inches. So they have that there, but on the lower cabinets, they have wider handles, which is more proportionate to the size of that cabinet. So down here, it looks like they're probably 7 or 8 inches. Same thing here. They have shorter ones on the cabinets above, and then wider ones on the drawers below. Here's another example. They put knobs at the top there. Then we have shorter ones there, looks like about 5 inches, and then they have much wider ones down here. And definitely anytime you have tall cabinetry doors like this, go with the longer handles. These are probably about 12 inches. These are a little more modern take on pulls because they sit on top of the cabinetry so that you just pull it this way. You just gotta make sure that there is enough space, which it should be. These are pretty thin between your cabinets. So this is what I'm referring to. These are on the front. Those other ones would sit right here on top. See how there's a slight gap there? You need that in order for that to fit.